Welcome back. Kamakailan lang ay ibinalita na si Aldin Ayo na ang magiging bagong head coach ng University of Santo Tomas Growling Tigers sa UAP. Marami nagulat sa paglipat ni Coach Aldin, lalo't kakagaling lang niya sa dalawang magkasunod na UAP Finals appearances habang head coach ng De La Salle Green Archers. Magiging hamon ngayon kay Coach Aldin ang pagre-rebuild sa lineup ng UST at ang pagbangon sa Tigers na maging Final Four contender ulit. At para pag-usapan yan, kasama natin tonight ang ating S&A analyst at dating UST Tiger na si Christian Luanzon. Hello Christian and welcome back to The Score.
Hello, Mr. Dapper. Sir Anton.
So is this something that will put UST in a positive light? In your opinion, knowing that you have somebody like Coach Aldin who won a championship in the NCAA and in the UAP, now he's going to España, to UST, a team that has not won a championship since 2006. How do you think this will affect the entire community?
Well, if you look at his track record, basically, Coach Aldin Ayo started his coaching career 3 years ago. And it's remarkable. His first year, he won the NCAA championship. His first year in the NCAA, he transfers to La Salle. He wins the championship. His first year in the UAAP, back-to-back championships in different leagues. I'm not sure. I think he's probably the first coach to do that, to be in the finals in his first 3 years. So I would say yes, but it would definitely be a challenge, this UST team. But I don't think Coach Aldin is, gonna back away from that challenge. Let's not forget, when he took over Letran was the year before in season
91.
90.
Season 90 before
season
they won.
90, yeah. Letran was 9-9. They were the 6th seed. They didn't make the Final Four. And then the following year, they become champions, and they didn't have an import, as far as I can remember.
Wala,
di ba? And their star player was a 5'5", 5'6" guy in the name of Mark Cruz. Di ba? So, I think with this UST team, I've said this all season, may materiales. But, for whatever reason, if it's, the coaches or the players or whatever the problem is the last 2 years, obviously they've been underperforming. I think Coach Aldin will be up to the challenge, but it's gonna be, I would say, probably one of the toughest tasks kasi ibang UAAP rin sa NCAA. So I think in the UAAP, you cannot afford of not having an import. Hindi katulad ng sitwasyon niya sa Letran where he was importless. And with UST, he has an import in a Como, but still, it's gonna be a great challenge.
Okay, you mentioned the players. Sinabi mo merong materyales. Itong UST is just a matter of getting these pieces together and forming a winning team. Before we get to that, Christian, I just want to ask you about the selection of the coach, of Coach Aldin Ayo, because nagparamdam rin si Coach Pido Harencio. He was saying things like he's ready to come back to UST. He was the coach that led UST to their last championship in season 69. That's more than a decade ago. And other names from the UST community as well. But they got somebody who is not really deeply rooted with the school, but has connections. So how big of a factor was that?
Well, it was a factor because, coming from Coach Aldin came from Letran, and we all know Letran is a sister school of UST.
Okay.
And I would assume the people who helped him to get to UST is pretty much the same people who put him in Letran in the first place. But it's tough enough to be a coach already, and in UST's case, the quote unquote general managers are yung mga pare dyan. So it's a tough decision also, to make that head office decision, so to speak. But it's definitely interesting. I'm sure a lot of UST alumni, not only si Coach Pido, but also other alumni, are sort of on the fence with this decision. But hey, there's nothing we can do about it. I think looking at the bright side, tulad ng what we mentioned earlier, is that you bring in a coach, that has an excellent track record. So to me, that's a that's the most positive sign.
At sinabi mo nga na yung star niya when he was with the Tran was Mark Cruz. Now, let's talk about the personnel that Coach Aldin will have to work with dito sa UST. Marvin Lee, who was their leading scorer last year. Jordan Santa Ana, who was also a very skilled and a defensive player in the juniors division as well. Now with UST, and there's also word that Renzo Zubido, former star from De La Salle as well, is coming back. So what do you think about these pieces that Coach Aldin will be working with?
Whether you're an old-timer or a newcomer, with Coach Aldin, he's going to demand defense. Now, obviously, I think everybody's going to expect he's going to bring the same system, that mayhem system. So, I think what's going to be interesting is Marvin Lee. I think with Jordan Santa Ana, he's a promising kid. I've watched him ever since his juniors days in National University. Acomo, who I believe last year, maybe the numbers doesn't show it, but I thought he was a top 3 import in the league. If you watch his games, he's very skilled. Just inconsistent at times. But I think Marvin Lee is going to be a big key of how he adapts, to the defensive mentality, especially being the leader on that team. I believe he has 1 more year at least, at the very least, for UST. But really, whoever comes in, whether Subido comes back or Bon Leon comes back, they got to come with a defensive mindset, because the past 2 years, there's a reason why they're down the standings, and it's because of their defense.
So defense ang nakikita mong problema sa UST during your time and during the last championship.
Huwag na natin balikan yung time ko. Wala na nakakaalala nun.
Ano ba yung mga keys to victory? Ano ba yung mga ginawa ng UST para maging isa sa mga successful teams in the league?
Well, it was all Coach Arik, to be honest. His father figure. He's a father figure, and to me as a coach, in comparison, since we talked about it, I think that's one thing siguro na I hope dalhin ni Coach Aldin sa UST, yan kasi yung naiiwan ni Coach Arik tsaka ni Coach Pido yung pagiging tatay-like, and I think obviously Coach Arik set the tone to that, and it was more than just basketball. So it really, number one, to have that type of relationship, you gotta change the culture of the team. So I think that's the number one challenge before Coach Aldin gets to the result that he wants, which I assume would be making the Final Four in his first year. To win the finals, who knows? But I think changing the culture of the team needs to be the top priority for next season.
Nako, wala pang 2018 pero pinag-uusapan na ang susunod na UAP basketball tournament.
Sandali na lang yan. Pagpasok ng January, just 9 months na lang, opening na ulit.
Napakainit ng balita, especially the past couple of days on Twitter. Christian, your final words before we close out the year 2017, and what are you looking forward to the most sa pagpasok ng 2018?
I'm looking forward for another good basketball season in all aspects, in the NBA, in the UAAP, and sana tumangkad pa ako kahit 34 na ako. Tatalon pa rin ako sa New Year. I'm 6'4", I hope to be 6'7".
Well, Christian, thank you so much for always coming here to the Score, sharing us your expertise and insights. Maraming salamat. God bless you and your family. And
likewise, Happy New Year also.
Thank you very much.
For more sports updates, keep watching The Score. And don't forget to subscribe.